Okay, so obviously we cleaned my bookshelves up just to make sure they're not too dusty or anything. And also I've seen videos of people like not cleaning their bookshelves and then they get like mold on their books, and I don't want that. So but now we are making some TBR jar props because I think it could be fun. I already have a bunch of prompts, but they're kind of getting repetitive. So right here I have my old ones. Well, okay, I say old ones, like they're not all old compared to others. But I have the ones that you've already seen be used. They just go in this jar. This is my original TBR jar. But they just always go in this jar after I'm done. And then I've got my actual TBR jar and the prompts from that. And then I've got sticky notes and pens and highlighters and markers and all that to make more. So if you see me looking off to the side, it's because I'm looking at my computer. I've got Pinterest pulled up. So we're just gonna find a bunch. And one thing that I actually saw someone else do that I think I want to do as well is I want to have punishment prompts. And basically that means like, so like say I pull one and it's like pick 3 books as an option and read whichever one you want to read least, or pick, I don't know, like the biggest book you own or something like that. So I think that could be really, really fun. Big books intimidate me. So, I think one that could be fun is like read a book that's in the middle of a series just to kind of mess with me. I think that could be extremely fun. So, so I'm just going to pull these pens and stuff out. Okay, we'll do that pen, this pen, and this pen. And then we'll do these 3 highlighter options. And the rest can go in here. Okay, first prompt is magical realism. And okay, so I don't have a tripod or anything, but I was trying to show me actually writing one of the prompts. So what I did was hold on, let me grab my phone. I put it in my mouth like this. And then recorded me writing the prompt. And honestly, considering the fact that I couldn't see, I didn't do horrible. I'll just play the clip. I'll just play the clip. but I just thought it was really, really funny. So here's what I wrote, not being able to see. Here's what I wrote, being able to see. It looks a lot better. So, but I just thought that was really funny. I figured I would share it. Anyway. Here's the thing, is a lot of these prompts are not going to work for the physical books that I have. So some of them might have to be used for shopping, or I'm gonna have to primarily focus on ebooks for a lot of these, which is fine because I have a lot of ebooks I need to get to. Okay, so that's it for my regular prompts. I'll go through and share them. So I have a book about a bookshop or cafe. I said cafe, that's supposed to say library. Okay, whatever, it's fine. Small town romance. Can you guys see these? Not really. Okay, I'm not even gonna try and show them. I'm just gonna go through. A yellow book, guaranteed to make me swoon. A book with a number in the title. A book with historical fiction. You guys already saw that one. One word title. An orange book. A blue book. Book with nature on the cover. A green book. Matches a song title or lyrics. Something I'm passionate about. Title is a person's name. Magical realism. Is that it? Yes. So anyway, I now fold. And on the back of these, so this was magical realism. Actually, these colors are going to mean nothing except for purple. Purple is going to be the punishment ones. So, and then I had pulled out all of the prompts so that way if I was like, do I already have that prompt? I could just check really quickly. I don't have any of the prompts that I just shared. I almost wrote down a red book again, but I already have that prompt, so. Because that's why I pulled them out because I didn't need them. I just thought this would be fun. And who knows how many times I'm going to get these? Like, I doubt I will. Like, ever. Okay, so I'm guaranteed to them at least one of these per time. I do a TBR video. But anyway. Watching the outside, nice, yeah, watching the outside. Okay, now it is time to come up with some punishment prompts. So we're gonna do swap one pick for a book you're less excited for. Swap one pick for a book you're less excited for. I don't know. I'm gonna have to just, in my brain, figure it out. So, okay, let's try a reread that you hated. That'd be fun. A put that in the middle of a series. I think I'm gonna do 5 of these, so with you, which you never thought. Yeah, and then what was the other one I had? What was the other prompt I had? I have an idea. Oh, pick 3 options and then pick the one you're least excited to read. So that's, I mean, basically it's the same as swap one, pick for a book you're less excited for, but it's kind of different. So, ooh, and then one thing that I think should be fun is to have a wild card prompt, but I'm not going to tell you guys what it is. So let me write this one down really quick. Okay, I've got it written down. So this is gonna be my wild card prompt. And the thing about this card, or the thing about this prompt, is if I choose to, I can put it back in the TBR jar at any time after I pull it. That's the rule I'm making. So let me just, oh wait, I already have prompts in there with this color marker. So let's try a different one. Nope. Okay, so you know what we're gonna do instead? So we're gonna write, since you can't see the letters from there, we're gonna write on this part wild card. And then we're gonna write it again in pen just to be safe. Why I'm doing this to myself, I don't know. I, for some reason, thought it would be fun. Oh wait, I still need that. Okay, so it's gonna go right in there. I'm just gonna mix these around a little. It's so full. I don't know if I'll be able to fit all of these plus all of those, like when those go back in. This dang shirt keeps riding up and it's annoying me. Anyway, so we are now going to set up my book reading journal thing, and I'm also going to give you guys a little bit of a tour of it, I guess. I feel like I've done this in another video, but I don't remember what video that was. So we're going to do it now. So first off, I always have 3 writing things. Here I have this pink highlighter, which I will show you guys later why specifically I have that one. I always have one of these types of highlighter marker things, but that is for a very specific reason. And then I always have this pen on here. So I'm gonna go ahead and open it up. And I'm gonna show you all the May one because that one is the most accurate. Don't pay attention to the April one. But anyway, so this is the May spread I did. I do it super, super simple. So on this side is all the books that are on my actual TBR / what I want to read that month. And then this is all of the books that I actually read. So if you notice on this side, I've got little squares and there's little check marks. That just means I read the books. I always go for a color palette during different months. So in May I did green and like this yellowy green. In April I did pink and gray. So yeah, anyway, so up here is, it literally says on TBR. I don't know how well you can see that on TBR. And then little check boxes with check marks. And then on this side is what I actually read. So I will write down the book that I read or was in the middle of reading. And then once I'm done with it, I will put what the star rating is. So I honestly only read the Shatter Me series in May, which is fine. But anyway. So that's that. So now we are going to set up the July spread. I already picked my colors. I live in America, so when I think of July, I think 4th of July. I think red, white, and blue. So again, don't look at the June side. It's not fully accurate. Anyways, I've already got that done. And sometimes I'll do the color palette like this, where I do one word in one color and one word in another. This time I decided to change it up a little bit, and that's okay. So anyway, for the side of what I actually read, or no, what's on my TBR, sorry. I'm gonna go in with the red one. So, pen. Okay, so we have the Naturals. Fourth Wing. This Delicious Death. This Delicious. I apparently don't know how to spell delicious. Death, okay. The Last Days of Holly Hayes. Okay, and then what else? King of Envy. King of Envy. Okay, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The Reappearance of Rachel Price. I forgot that I have that as an option. The Reappearance of Rachel Price. So I've got all that written down. And then at the very bottom of the page, I will write a little slash and then a 6. So how many books out of 6 I read. Because my goal is always to read at least 6 books a month. Do I always read that many? No. Sometimes I get in little reading slumps, but it's fine. Anyway. All right, and then I'm just gonna make the little check mark square things. Okay. And then going in with my blue one, and draw another line. This is gonna be the what I actually read side. And I'm not gonna make any check boxes yet because I haven't read any books in July yet. But what I'll do is I'll make the check marks as I'm going down the list. Okay, I'm gonna put at least one. Why not? Let's put at least one. So, and then once June is over, I will take this marker, toss it aside, and I will replace it with this one. So that way I don't have to go hunting for this marker every time I read a new book and need to mark it in the journal. So, yeah, and then I'm just going to go ahead and write on TBR and what I actually read. And it makes the line a little longer. Okay, anyway. So yeah, it's a super simple, easy spread, and I find it very helpful. So now, I'm going to show you my 2025 TBR. She's big. She's taking up 2 pages, which is fine. I like the fact that she's taking up 2 pages. So up here, I wrote out of 50, because that's my goal for the year is 50. And then I did pink and purple. And then these are all of the books. All of the books. And then up here, I have written 65 books on TBR as of January 7th of this year. And then 74 books on TBR as of April 7th of 2025. So that's really interesting. But anyway, so yeah, these are all of them. And then I had the check boxes again. Those are, of course, the star ratings again. I'm not going to go through every single one of these because that's going to be a lot. Like I said, there's 74 plus books because some have been added since that day. So that's no longer important. That was something for a past video. All right, and then I have, these are all Frida McFadden books I really want to read because I've heard a lot of good things about Frida McFadden books. So these are all her standalones, the Housemaid series, the Dr. Jane McGilly, something, I don't know, and her short stories. This is just going based off of a list I saw on Facebook. It could totally be wrong. And then, oh, I didn't even show, I missed a whole 2 pages. So this side is why I have the pink marker, the pink highlighter. I'm going to cover one of them because you don't know yet. You haven't seen that video yet. But these are all of my 5-star reads of the year. I have Dagger and Moon by Kaylee Barnes and King of Wrath by Anna Huang. Those are 2 out of the 3 5 stars I have read so far this year. I'm covering the other one. So, because I have, I think 3 videos that I'm currently filming. Well, actually, no, I haven't filmed one of them yet. Never mind. You'll see next week. But you'll find out what book that was. So anyway, and then I have an A through Z reading challenge. These are books specifically. So the books I have on here are ACOTAR, Broken World, Cruel Prince, Dagger and Moon, Fourth Wing, Heartless Hunter, Icebreaker, King of Wrath, Lightlark, Narnia, Overkill, Reappearance of Rachel Price, 7 Year Slip, The Girl That Was Taken, Unmade, Wildfire, and You Shouldn't Have Come Here. And then I have favorite books of the challenge are Dagger and Moon and King of Wrath. And then I'm going to add on what that 5-star was really quick. So, okay. And then if I skipped over letters, it's because I don't have a book for them yet. Or I just forgot and haven't updated very much. Because, no. I do not have one for E. Do I have one for G? I don't think so. No. J. I do not have one for J. M. Do not have one for M. Oh wait, yes I do. I literally just read it. For M, I have A Man Called Ove. I'm not counting a man in there. We're just saying man for M. So, Man Called Ove by Frederick Bachman. So, okay. And then going back to what I was saying earlier, and then I realized I skipped some pages. This is my A through Z author challenge. So I have Anna Hong, C.S. Lewis, Holly Black, Geneva Rose, Kaylee Barnes, and Lynn Painter, because that's all I had at the time. I can now put Frederick Bachman. And for T, I can put Tahira Mafi, writer of the Shatter Me series. So I'll just do that really quick. And then I have other ones, obviously, but I can't currently remember what their names are or how to spell them. So I'm going to do that off camera. But yeah, I think that's actually going to go ahead and end this video. But yeah, I don't know. I thought this would be a fun, different video to film. If you guys like this, let me know. I'll do more. If not, then we'll just stick to my usual content. But anyway, I will see you guys next week. I hope you enjoyed whatever my outro is for the channel. Not that I really have an outro. Okay, anyway, bye!